Yo, what it do, my people? I know it's been a minute since I've tapped in. I haven't been consistent, but here I am, your brother, your man, J International, tapping back in once again. And today what I want to talk about is something that's been on my mind and me considering my own moves that I want to take with myself and my family. What do I think is best going forward? And I moved to this Las Vegas area because I thought that this would be conducive for our situation. But what I have found since being in this Las Vegas area is that the work here, in my opinion, and in hearing the opinions of others, and my own personal experience, not what I read on the news or see on a news station, but my own personal experience and hearing the experience of others as well, is that there is no job market here like that. There is no job market here like that. The only job market here that I've come to the realization is in entertainment, and in particular, working in the casinos or something around the casinos and the resorts. But even that, those jobs are limited. Those jobs are limited. They're not just crazy. He's acting like he's just about to just run out and not even stopping, just go. Foot on the gas, no brakes. But what I've come to see that in my own experience and hearing the experience of others, that there is really no job market out here other than the casinos and entertainment and things surrounding that. And if you don't, you gotta understand, even those jobs in themselves are limited. Those are limited as well, meaning that a majority of the people are trying to get those jobs because that's the dominant employment out here. And looking at the situation out here, like, I don't go to the strip much. I don't. You might think somebody that moves here from California or wherever they move from, they may want to go to the strip a lot, or in the beginning. I understand. I understand. Most Nevadans that were born and raised here, they don't really go to the strip like that, except when they got family members or friends coming in and they want to entertain them, and the friends and family want to, hey, take us to the strip. We want to go to the strip. So they'll go. But, I myself being a transplant here for only a year, I haven't really gone to the strip. I haven't really done the casino scene. But when I do go, and when I have gone, it seems like it's very dry. Like, it doesn't seem like when I was coming here pre-pandemic, like 5-6 years ago, the strip was jumping. It was jumping. You would, no matter when you came, it always seemed like it was jumping. It didn't really matter in what season you came. It always seemed to be jumping, like lively. But now, even during the summer times, now the fall, even special events, it kind of looks like just like, it don't look the same. So I'm just wondering, looking at this, I'm like, damn, what's really here for us to do? You know, if we're looking at this scene and it's looking like it's not really what it was and all the jobs are in this area, I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's time for me to consider going and finding something else. And so this brings me to my point of this video. Is it Pan-Africanism or pro-Black Americanism? Which one is better for us? In particular for Black Americans. So, because I've been thinking like, okay, this is going on in Vegas, but this also going on in Frisco. This also going on in LA. This also going on in New York. This also going on in these other areas. Right? Is America on its decline? And if it is, what does that mean for Black people? We already having it tough, rough, because we got not only dominant society that put up barriers for us to, to come up. They're letting all these other groups in who are coming, non-Black groups, who are coming here with the same prejudices and hate towards Black individuals like the dominant society has. And they're being propped up, they're being put in positions, and they're practicing their prejudice and they're practicing their hate for Black when they get in these positions. Look what's happening in LA. Look what's happening in the Bay. Look what's happening in New York. Look what's happening in Florida. In LA, in particular, you got the Latino, Hispanic community, in particular, the Mexicans from that community, and a lot of them are being put in positions of power, and they're making it very hard for Black people to come in. They're making it very hard for Black people to do what they need to do because they're denying Black people, especially in government roles, of certain things, and they're only giving they're showing preference towards their own people at the detriment of Black people. And this is happening all over the United States. So that made me start thinking, does it make sense, looking at the decline of America, looking at the decline of the West and all the problems that's going on, is it wise now to start to plot the escape, and an escape particular to a country where we are the dominant and we are in positions of power? Well, the only places that I see that fits that description is in the motherland. You have some Caribbean islands, but the motherland, it fits that description. And so I went through periods and phases in my own life where I was like, I was Pan-Africanism, and then I got on this pro-Black Americanism, FBA, ADOS, and often when I did those two things, I did them in extremes. So if I was Pan-Africanist, I was Pan-Africanist out. And if I was pro-black and pro-black Americanist, I was pro-black and Americanist out. I was FBA ADOS. And what I found on either spectrum, I allowed myself, by listening to others, to start to have disdain for certain groups of my own people. I started to have disdain for when I was on this Pan-Africanist with, tip with those that didn't want to go to Africa or didn't believe in that, or, I call bourgeois or whatever, or wanted to go to Europe and didn't want to go, have nothing to do with Africa. I started to have severe hate and disdain for that group. And then when I switched over to pro-black Americanism, FBA and ADOS, then I started to hate the other group, thinking that, they all hate us. They want to take our opportunities. They come here and they look down on us. They don't mess with us. They all flee. I started to get very negative, and I had to really step back and say, hold on, if the shit hits the fan, where would we go? Where we can have some degree of safety and some ability to rebuild. If the shit hits the fan here in America, all the other groups gonna turn on us, right? And they're in positions of power, and they have all the military, infantry and the weapons to do so. We may have our little guns, but we can't match what they got, right? So if all of them start to come against us, because they're going to turn, they already show how they turn against us, we're going to have to be able to go somewhere to a place where we are larger in numbers, and we are in positions of power, and it's really only us there. And we can do something. We can have fertile land. We can do something. And that's the motherland. So I started going, because I said I went from Pan-Africanism to this extreme pro-black Americanism. And now I'm kind of like, hey, you need to have balance. You need to have balance. Balance. Yes, there are individuals or groups of individuals from either group that fit the descriptions that I have in my mind about, this particular, on this side, the coons, the bourgeoisie, then you on this side, also the coons, and, the white butt kissers, and, it's some on either side. It's some on either side. But it's not all. And I had to get back and remind myself it's not all. You have some on either side, but it's not all. And so I had to get back and remind myself of that. And I had to say, you know what? I think we should make preparations to set up shop in the motherland. We should make preparations. We should not put all our eggs in this one basket called United States. Because if it falls, like other great empire have fallen before, we will be shit out of luck. So we should start to prepare, whether it's the motherland, whether it's the continent. The Caribbean islands, a Caribbean island. We should start preparing to set up shop there, so that when shit hits the fan, as all the indications are showing, we can get out. We can get out. So now we have to be balanced, and I'm balanced. I'm still pro-black. I still, you know, I recognize and respect the contributions of my ancestors here in the United States of America, and all the things that we sacrifice here, and the way we open up a pathway for these other groups to come in, because they wasn't looking at these, they wasn't allowing these other groups to come in, but we, my ancestors, fought, and they allowed those other groups to come in. And I realized how those other groups did come in, and they just turned their back on us. They didn't give us, they didn't put no respect on our names. They didn't show reverence towards us. They just said, "Oh, F you Negroes. F you niggas." So I'm going to the white man. Yes, I realized that, and I realized the other spectrum of the coons, the bourgeoisie that don't want nothing to do with the motherland. All they want to do is go to Europe, in Paris, and be on that hype. I recognize that, but it's about having balance. Just balance. That way, I can recognize the importance of both. So, with that being said, I think that yes, if you want to do that, you should do it. We should start to prepare to have a way out, whether it's on the motherland or on a Caribbean island, a black Caribbean island. We should start to prepare. With that being said, I'll be back with more videos. I'm a little bit tired, but I had to do it. So if you like this video, share it, like, subscribe, and I will holler at y'all the next time. Peace.